I have Saturday, on Friday and Saturday, I was feeling quite well, and I was able to continue and do some watercolor. I had already showed you that I got at a haul this stamp with the hot air balloons, and I said I was going to color them and doodle on them, and that's exactly what I did. So I'm going to show you really quick these have not been doodled yet, but you can see the process of the watercolor that I made here. And these are the ones that I doodled on. So with this, I'm just trying to say that even though you don't know how to draw, if you have stamps, you can still doodle. I just kind of like to see the ones that have space enough to fill it in with doodling. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, I'll show you right there. Give you a little glimpse of what I did. And it's simple doodling. It's nothing but dots, big dots, tiny dots, slashes, swirls, you know. And then I watercolored these two. So that's, there you go. There you go. And we had to, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Junie B, she gets Bella started. So I had to take the baby out of the room, and hopefully she won't make, you know, she won't be rowdy. She will be quiet. So right here, wanted to share with you that what I did was we had done this in the live with Beth from Happy Place Crafting. She's my buddy, and we had done this in a live, and it's basically almost like embossing, and she saw this at Instagram. She saw this on Instagram, I think it was, and the girl showed how she did this, and so we scrap lifted it. Obviously, anytime you do something like that, you have to give credit to the person, and we did. And so yeah, what I did was, with the other ones I just inked them, but with this one I used the remainder paint that I had here on this palette, and I did this, and after I was done, I looked at it and I said, oh my god, you know what, it looks like water lilies. But yeah, I love that. I kind of love that. So basically that's what I did. I wanted to show you, and I'm going to share with you the process that I did with this one, using these colors. And I'm going to use this one here. I got on a haul. My daughter bought it for me for Mother's Day present, because she knew I was talking about how much I love watercolor and what would make me happy. So I told her I wanted to get some little tiny tubes of watercolor paints. But yeah, I'm gonna show you what how I did the process with that. So this is how it looks raised right there. And I'm going to color the inside of this. It's like a flower, and you'll see it come to life. And the good thing about the raised area is that the watercolor will not go past it. It will stay in that right there. So anything that has that embossing is not gonna go on it. So I'm being extremely quiet, but it's because the day that I'm recording it, it's Monday, this video, and I have been under the weather. But I pray that I would be okay, so that way I could join Beth on the live on Wednesday. So I need to get better, guys. I need to get better. So now the leaf, I'm going to do it. This one here. Did you stay busy during the weekend? Or did you just decided to rest? I'm just gonna put, it's not gonna be on the what's it called, on the flower or on the raised area, but yeah. And it's very subtle. It's nothing that sticks out unless I go again and grab a little bit of more paint and just add like that, like a little touch, just a touch more, and it's gonna stay that way, like really subtle. Like, so let's just add a little bit more so that way it will look cute. You know how some flowers have like two tones? You can do the same thing with embossing. If you would like to learn how to watercolor, just emboss yourself. If you have an embossing folder of flowers, for example, which I do have a stamp of a rose and the die cut. But if I had, for example, if I have an embossed flower, I would just do watercolor on it and see how it turns out. So let's just do a light green, and I'm just gonna do it, take my little thing right here, and I'm doing it where you guys can see hopefully everything that I'm doing, because the other day I had to move everything here around a little bit, as far as the stand for my phone, because I record on my phone. I was not in focus. And what am I gonna do? after I already done the project. I was not gonna delete the video, and I get frustrated. I'll be honest. I get frustrated when I'm not in focus. But you know what? This whole YouTube thing has been a learning curve for me. I'm no techno savvy. There she goes again. I'm no techno savvy. But yeah, it's always a learning curve. So now what I'm doing is I'm just putting this watercolor around it, and that way the flower is gonna pop. You want a little bit more, just, you know, wet on wet. You don't have to wait for it to dry. But if you want, then let it dry. And I'm not doing anything. As you can see, I'm not doing any strokes, special strokes. I'm just going back and forth, and that's it. But I didn't want to waste this flower, and I wanted to do something different from the whole Tim Holtz inking. I wanted to use watercolor. There you go. Let me just add like some little leaves. Let's see if I can do that with this paint here. It's a little bit, it's gonna be a little bit darker. This is that sap green that I got for Mother's Day. There you go. You know how I look at this and then I imagine myself like, you know, when my husband cuts the grass, it's very nice and slick and and smooth. But because there's always a plant and he's doing the lawnmower, the little growing leaf, you know, grass stays around the plant. So that was the train of thought behind that. So let me put this away for a minute. It's been raining here for the past 3 days. I don't mind. I love the rain. But I think maybe the reason why I started not to feel well is because when they said that it just takes a little bit of the drizzle of the rain for you to get sick. Yeah. But I don't think that what happened to me, because it was just, I had an upset stomach since 6 a.m. to 10, I think it was, all day with an upset stomach and not feeling the best. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Very subtle, very simple, like this one. Want to turn it into a tag? Let's do that. Let's turn this one into a tag. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm not turning it into a tag. I'm just gonna leave it like this. It's good to have something that you can put in front of a card. Very simple. Very, very simple. And let's just add another of the same size. So in order to make it a little bit stronger, I'm just gonna layer it with another one of the same. And so it's pouring right now. It's pouring. So I got up because I wasn't feeling too good. I got up, but because it's my boy's birthday, because I'm recording this on a Monday, I made, for the first time ever, chocolate homemade ice cream. And it's a 3-ingredient ice cream. I gave my husband a taste, and he said it was delicious. So if that's the case, I do not have to buy chocolate ice cream anymore. I just make it myself. Especially when you know what's going in the ice cream, you know. There you go. So this will stiffen up a little bit because it was too flimsy. Guys, I hope I stayed in focus. I hope I did. If not, please forgive me. I'll get it right. I promise I'll get it right. It's still this whole YouTube thing is still a learning thing for me. There you go. I did the same thing with this one, and see, from a flimsy paper, now it's backed up and it feels a lot stiffer than not having it. But I'm gonna leave it like this. I kind of like that. And this one, then all I have to do is sit down and fussy cut all these flowers. I did the hot air balloons, and these I stamped them on the pad from 5 and Below watercolor. It's very smooth from 5 and Below, and look, really nice. So yeah, really stiff too. You don't have to back it up with another sheet of paper or anything. So yeah, I'll be fussy cutting these, and then these are done. And then let me show you, I also stamped clouds, and I did color them, and I stamped them in this because this sheet of paper was huge. I stamped it in the same sheet of paper, and then I colored them, and then I fuzzy cut them. So when I fuzzy cut, I take advantage. My husband and I could be watching something together here in my room on the bed, and I'll take in my time and fussy cut all this. Am I gonna do something? I don't know, but I feel like we can doodle a little bit on this. Let me see something really quick before I let you go. Let's see how a little bit of doodling can change one flower, or maybe two. You never know. Okay, so I got these. Do I want to use these? I think I can use a pink one on that one. And let's see, this darker green one on this one, and just a regular black on the other one. Let's do that, so that way you have an idea. You probably thought, oh yeah, it's already done, you don't need to add nothing else to it. Well, what if you're mistaken? What if you just want to kick it up a notch? Take it to the next level, my friends. Let's see. I'm going to do the lighter one because I feel like this green is going to show. So all I want to do is 3 tiny dots. Doodling doesn't have to be a very difficult technique. And it will change the appearance of something that you thought you were done with, and all of a sudden it's not done with. You just take it to the next level. I didn't notice, but this one doesn't seem like it has a lot of green on it. It is colored, but it doesn't have a lot of green on it. See? There you go. That flower automatically changed. Let's do the pink one. And I'm going to do it again on the lighter pink one because it's going to stand out. This pink is going to stand out, I think. Yep. Just little lines. How different it's starting to look. I am doing one from left to right, and then the other one the opposite way, from right to left. Your hair is thundering. There you go. And let's do the last one. Let me show you the last one. Let me see if this is a good... Yes, this is a good one. I'm going to do it on the light pink, and I'm going to use black. And I'm hoping that I'm in focus. Let's see. All right, I'm doing this pink one, and all I'm gonna do is like a little swirl. Hope you can see that. I'm kicking it to the next level. This is also relaxing because it doesn't require much effort from my part. And friends, you take your mind off issues, adulting, family problems, health problems. So it's just a little tiny swirl within the big opening. That's it. And I am done. So I gave you a little demonstration on how, if you have stamps, you can actually still doodle and change them up and make them even prettier. I feel they're more prettier now with designs within the petals. See this one now? Look at this one. And then that one. All right, my friends. So if you liked the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I'm at 499. I would love to hit the 500. So if you want to help me grow, because I mean, there's no charge, this is free. You can share my channel. If you find that everything so far that I'm doing here can help somebody, that it's a newbie, you know, somebody that's learning crafts and that would love to learn. Because when I first started, okay, in the scrapbooking world, at the beginning, I had no one to teach me. Only one person took its time to help me out and explain to me why acid-free paper was important, why certain glues were important, why, you know, how I would learn techniques, and that's how I developed the scrapbooking technique. I don't do scrapbooking like a lot of people do, where they get a whole bunch of embellishments and put it on a 12 by 12. I don't do that. I decided that you invest a lot of money and it's all in one page, but at the end, when my life is not here anymore in this world, what's gonna happen with all that money that I invested on these pictures? My family, are they gonna take these albums with them? And the albums, the huge albums, were taking too much space, you know, because there were those huge albums, and I'm like, so I went for a smaller and I feel a different route, which is a 4x6 format, and I'm happy with that. Traveler's journal is another option that I went, because I still wanted to record, but I just didn't want, you know, the overwhelming feeling that I had to fill out a whole 12 by 12. It's much easier to do it on a smaller scale for me, so that's why I did that. And so yeah, I know somebody will love to find easy way of doing things for the joy of art and crafts. Okay, my friends, so there you go, my friends. Love you guys. You take care. Bye.